Welcome back to the channel, guys. Glad to have you as always. And if you haven't noticed, we've got a huge upgrade in the kit department here on the channel. That's right, guys. We've got another tactical video coming for you, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to do a little bit of deep dive into some tactical gear. Maybe you're like myself, first time to all this stuff, plate carriers, armor, setup of the battle belt that you see here. We're going to go through the reasons why we have it set up, what battle belt it is, how we're using it, and how you guys maybe want to utilize one for your setup at home. So I'm going to take you guys along for the ride, just a new perspective on all this kit, maybe something you can take away in your system. And as always, guys, let's dive into it. Got a great video coming for you right now.
I ain't ride with no sticks, I ain't speaking for my bros. From up high in the lift, pulled it over way too slow. Don't look outside, we them kids and we just looking for some smoke. I'm back up in your house, just acting like I forgot something. I'm leaving with your fridge, cause it's your shit that I can stomach. Inform it's just a bug and how to squish it if it doesn't. GPS location, dropping bits inside the coffins. You look dead outside, yeah, I live up with a cut off from my eyes. Seen this shit before, 100 years since I arrived. This game too simple, start to shoot dimples. That's why I'm master winner. Dark on the bay door, no contact, make moves to the window.
All right, boys, we are back, and yes, we are definitely going to go over the all-new plate carrier setup that T3 Gear sent over, but I've got a lot of goodies coming in the mail this week, so I'm not quite ready to put this thing together yet in a video, but trust me, this is coming very soon. And it's also going to incorporate this Selby Designs knife from Brian Selby, and we've incorporated this Faro Concepts knife nook, so this thing will sit very nice and tight to the body with room for magazines, med kit, all that good stuff that you guys need in a Minuteman rig like this, or if you're considering getting something like this, check that out. But on to the belt video. All right, guys, and we're back. So as you can see, we have finally put together everything in this first line set of kits. So basically, if you're watching this video, you firmly understand the idea and the purpose behind a battle belt is to have what you need on you as soon as you need it, whether it's on your bedside, in the back of your truck. You know, there's 1,000 different belt companies and 1,000 different products you can put on it, and each one has a specific purpose and sometimes dual purposes. So this is just a simple setup of how I've got my battle belt. I've ran it for a little while now after putting it together from Core, and just super happy with it, super happy with the setup, and I think it's going to tie in perfectly to the plate carrier setup. So let's go ahead and give you a short rundown of the battle belt, how we got our stuff laid out, and we'll go from there. So starting out, we'll go from the weak side, which in the video I am right-handed, but this pistol is on your left side in the camera. But this is the front view of the belt. So obviously we have the Core battle belt, the Core Essentials battle belt in Ranger Green. This thing is absolutely killer. I personally like having it overtly. I mean, obviously you could use the outer belt just by itself, but I like leaving the inner belt in for a little bit extra padding. So if I do need to throw this over the top of some work pants, or in the middle of the night, you know, you might be butt-ass naked and have to throw this thing on with your pistol on it with a light. So in any case, I like leaving the inner belt on, unless I'm going to be doing some range movement where I'm going to go ahead and throw the inner belt on a pair of pants and use the system as it was designed. We're going to slide the belt this way and show you this just incredible piece of kit right here from Brian Selby. This guy started out making knives in 2012 out of his just a home-based business out of his garage, and it's really taken off for him, and just super proud to have one of his handmade products on the battle belt. This is, I'm going to take it off for you. So guys, this is the 4-inch blade, 8-inch overall length Folsom, directly from Selby Knives. Like I said, Brian Selby is a great guy. I had a good conversation with him on social media, and he was super stoked to send out one of his Folsoms as an example for the battle belt video, and ultimately the plate carrier video as well. So this thing is just an absolute work of art. As you can see here, I'm going to read directly off his website. This thing is a 4-inch blade, 8-inch overall length, which is perfect for a belt or, you know, really any kind of duty setup. This thing is made out of .187 AEBL stainless steel, which I'm super ignorant to that. It's got to be super high quality. And he goes the extra step and professionally heat treats and cryogenic treated then double tempered to the Rockwell hardness of 60 to 61 RC. So this is not your average big box store knife. This is a custom made knife that is going to last really anything that you need to put this thing up against, but I promise you this thing is going to get used. I chose the black DLC coating. He does offer a stone wash finish as well. This is the, of course, a one piece. I believe they call that the Tang. Brian, forgive me, man, if I butcher that. But G10 grips that are not going to wear out or need any kind of maintenance. And I did go, of course, with OD green colorway that he offers. So again, thank you to Brian Selby. What a great freaking dude. What an incredible product. You guys go check his knives out. He's got all kind of stuff for any kind of situation. He's got the Folsom XL. He's got a micro Folsom, which would also be awesome on a neck knife or anything that's on a battle belt or mounted. Now you're going to see here it does come with a Kydex sheath. Now Brian did include a tech lock, which is just what you're going to expect from a quality company like Selby Knives. So you can attach that pretty much anywhere, which these mag carriers from LOA also have tech locks, but I utilize the Faro Concepts knife nut because I'm also going to shove this into the front of the plate carrier when that placard gets here from HRT. But what I do normally is I put this thing obviously in its safe place here, and such good retention on that knife. I mean, that knife is not going anywhere, guys. That is a super, super high-end sheath that he includes with that. But you go ahead and stick this thing in the appropriate place, and it is not going anywhere. So that's the Selby Knives on the weak side, which the idea behind that is on the weak side, if you do get somebody going after your main primary or your secondary weapon, you can grab this with your offhand and get back to your gun. So there's the Selby Knives. Brian Selby, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support on the channel. Love your products. Glad to do highlights on these anytime you need it. All right, guys, so moving right along, we have the LimitOfAdvance LOA Adaptive Mag Carrier. Now, these things are freaking sweet. I'm going to go ahead and snag one off here for you. Here's the LimitOfAdvance Adaptive Mag Carrier, which this thing will adapt to any double stack 9mm 40 caliber mag, and you can see that it is cantable. So the coolest thing about these tech locks, as these guys include, is you can pretty much mount this however you want to. So if you're a left-handed, right-handed shooter and you want that lean back magazine because it's easier for your hand to naturally slide back and grab that mag out, you can do that, and then you can re-index super, super easy there. So you can grab that magazine out, put it back, and almost not even have to think about it. But it is so nice that they do include the tech locks. You can put this on a belt. I mean, if you had to put this on some kind of molly, you can adapt it there with these belt loop for whatever width belt you are running, or some molly or anything like that. You literally snap this thing in, and it is not going anywhere. Super good retention, which is something else I want to cover on the LOA Mag Carriers, is it already comes with a retention screw built right in. So it's not just your standard Kydex mag carrier where you get kind of what you get on retention. You literally dial it in to what magazine you're running. So this magazine here being a full-size 17-round magazine with a +5 extension from Strike Industries, little bit bottom heavy. So when you're re-indexing this specific one, it doesn't take as much, but you may want a little bit more retention on this magazine versus just your, a little bit lighter weight extended mag here from Glock as well. So again, super proud to have these guys on the channel and represented on the battle belt setup. And right here you can see I've got my first mag, which technically this is like your fast mag on your belt, the very first piece that you get to on your offhand. This thing has got an extreme cant, which again I was utilizing those 2 screws in the back where you could cant this to your liking. But this one is super, super laid back for a super fast, easy speed reload. And then also, we've got this magazine here that's a little bit more upright. So the further you go back on a belt, the easier you can grab that. But again, they make so many other products. They make Kydex holsters, magazine pouches, whatever you guys want. Go check them out at LOA.com. And if you want to order anything from them, shoot them a DM on Instagram. He will hook you up. Tell them Mojo sent you. So again, proud to have those guys on the belt. Thanks so much for being a part of the project, guys. And last but not least, you've got to have a primary firearm on your battle belt setup. So we're going to go ahead and move this camera. As you guys saw on the original battle belt setup video, this is the T-Series by Blackhawk, and the more I dry fire practice with it, the more I fall in love with this thing. It is a level 3 retention holster. As you can see here, it's got the Project Glock 45 Gen 5 in here that is held perfectly. Yes, this firearm is safety checked for the video, so you guys are good to go. Again, this thing is so awesome because it just literally snugs right into the belt here on the Core Industries battle belt. And what I mean is I was able to use the factory hardware, no issues at all. It works perfectly with the inner belt. Gives me that mid-ride combo there, and I've got the master grip to go ahead and take this thing out, and you're in business. Another thing that they do include in the T-Series, if you want to add that when you purchase your holster, is go ahead and pick up the T-Series leg strap. I'm telling you right now, I didn't think that was going to be such a huge difference in drawing the pistol, running with it. This thing is a freaking lifesaver, and they use a really high quality strap to boot. So if you're going to be using this with jeans, shorts, like I mentioned earlier, in the middle of the night when you may not have as much clothes on, that thing's going to grip you and be able to draw your holster, be able to draw your firearm just as smoothly as possible. So obviously the battle belt has to have a main form of firearm, or in my case, the Glock 45 Gen 5. Now this is the Project Glock that you guys saw on the build video, which was my perfect EDC gun. I really think this is a do-all platform. And yes, guys, this has been safety checked, so check it out. But this thing has just been an absolute beast. I love carrying it. I did upgrade the O-Light, so the last time you guys saw this gun, it did have an O-Light on there, which O-Light's been great. I've never had any issues, but I wanted this thing to be, somewhat bomb-proof, so I went ahead and put just your standard TLR1, nothing fancy, no strobe, nothing like that, just a standard TLR1. Now we are running a Strike Industries barrel, which I do think the more versatile your pistol is, the more situations you can use it and utilize that tool. So I did want a threaded barrel so I could later do a comp or maybe a can or anything like that in the future. But nothing done to the internals, just your regular duty pistol, ready to go, running the 17 round magazines with the extensions. Of course, this weapon is clear, as I said earlier, and just this combo, guys, I'm telling you, with everything included, the holster, the magazines, the belt, it's not a super cheap setup. You're going to have to invest some money, and maybe you want a piece of this system, maybe you want to make it your own, but I like having 2 magazines, a knife, and a pistol on a battle belt at the very minimum. Now, yes, you're going to be saying, where's your IFAK, where's your medical kit? That stuff's coming. I'm going to run that either on the 6 o'clock position on the belt or on the plate carrier build that you guys will see later on. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to all the companies that were involved in making this thing come to life. So if you guys want to use any of these products, check them out. You've got Selby Knives, Blackhawk, LOA, Glock, Core Essentials. Check them out. Tell them I sent you. And guys, we'll catch you on the next one.